Facebook. I know this sounds silly, unfriending people on Facebook, but he unfriended another friend because he said he was tired of seeing racial posts pop up on his timeline. So he's gonna mute his timeline because he's tired of hearing and seeing racist posts pop up in his timeline. The post that was shared was by a lady named Jane Elliott. She was an elementary school teacher, and she does racial diversity training. It's a social experiment called Brown Eyes, Blue Eyes, where she makes people aware of how silly racism is and how silly of a construct it is. And so that's the post that this guy shared, of this lady trying to do cultural sensitivity training and tell people how silly racism is, how silly bigotry is. And that post triggered him to say, I don't want to hear any more racist memes. But it wasn't racist. What it was anti-racist. And he was tired of hearing that. Christopher Columbus came to America in 1492. In 1498, on his second voyage, he brought African slaves to the New World. That was 522 years ago. He was tired after seeing 3 weeks of anti-racist posts on Facebook. How tired do black people have to be to put up with 522 years ago? So, I'm getting emotional thinking about Anthony, and so I'm going to hand it back over to you, Pastor Mays. But y'all think about that. If you don't stand for justice, you're part of the problem.
That's it.
Come on, give a hand. Amen to our brothers. Amen. We stand together in solidarity. There's no big eyes or little moves here. I'm asking Miss Nigeria Kamara that if she would, we have a list of demands, because we are not out here just to be out here and go home and let the energy dissipate with no demands. And so Miss Nigeria is going to come forward. Minister Nigeria Kamara, Bishop Nigeria Kamara is going to come forward, and she's going to read off the list of demands that we are taking to Ben Raymond, and we're taking to our mayor and our city council. And after that, we're going to have others too. Okay, all right. Yeah, she's a speaker as well.
Okay, so she'll be about to speak. Good morning. Greetings. Salutations. Assalamu alaikum.
All right.
Well, listen, I just want everybody to know here in the city of Shreveport that it is an honor as well as a privilege, and it is a must that I stand before you all today. I've been in this city all of my life. Over 15 years, I've worked with the NAACP. And in that NAACP, many of you recall the Marquette Husband's incident that occurred. Yes, ma'am. And the community relations service of the federal government came in to make sure that they kept peace in this city. They brought in all types of law enforcement officials at the federal level, telling us what it is that we as citizens could do to change the tenor that was occurring in this city. And most of it had to do with excessive use of force by the police, stopping people of color and charging them with things, and it was erroneous. I took on the responsibility as a member of the Criminal and Juvenile Justice Committee of the Shreveport branch of the NAACP. I posed the question to the federal official, what is it that we can do to prove that it's discrimination? Because they were saying it wasn't discrimination.
Okay.
And the gentleman indicated that you have to prove a pattern of behavior.
Yes.
Okay, so a pattern of behavior. I went about as a notary all throughout my community, the African American community, and people were coming to me. People were sending people to me with their testimonies about their own individual accounts and encounter with law enforcement, and it was them with a white person, and every situation the incident or the report was written up that the black person was at fault, but in fact it was really the white person.
Come on, sir.
I had a young lady came to me. She couldn't interpret her insurance paper. The insurance company, when I read it, told her there was no way that damage to her vehicle could have happened the way that the police wrote it up.
Come on now.
And the woman said, I know. Because the man ran into her, he tried to get away and he couldn't. But the police officer got out and went and took the white man's statement and wrote the report up according to what the what do you call it? They be the perpetrator, right? He the criminal. They wrote it up like the woman had did it. But anyway, I had numerous accounts, and I brought it forward, even forced the City Council Public Safety Committee to hold a public safety hearing with the police because of all of this evidentiary stuff I had produced. And then, at first it was just me telling the story about other people. Then it happened to me. And the lady ran into the back of my car, boom. The police came. I didn't know till several days later, because it happened like on a Thursday. But that Monday, when I went and got the report, the police wrote the report up like I ran into the back of the lady. But check this out. That lady's insurance claims adjuster called me the next day, which was a Friday, and took care of my vehicle. But the police report said I ran into her.
Lord.
Now, the other piece that I want to share, what we're talking about is a culture. It's not necessarily black or white. It's about wrong or right.
That's it. That's
So we got people that have in their own minds, based on their history, based on their environment, what they came in, what they was taught. I say children only know what they're taught. So if you got your parent is a KKK, and you coming up a child in a KK household, when you become a grown folk, you got a KKK mentality. So it doesn't matter. But let me share this. And again, I'm talking about the culture, and we got a listing that we want to share. But just as a black female who have lived in this city her whole life, been involved with government, making stuff change. And let me tell you people, this is how to make change happen. They count numbers. When the numbers show up, okay, something is going to happen and something is going to change, but you got to stick to it, and you can't go out there just willy-nilly, emotional about it. You got to have a plan. You got to have a strategy. Now, let me take you back to my situation, which occurred in 2015. Again, it's about culture. Okay, 3 minutes. Let me tell you what happened to me. My son, many of you may know, and I told this story before. It happened on November 11th, 2015, at the Moonlight Inn. He was shot down. Okay, gun action going on in the street, whatever. But the phone call that I got and what was told to me is, the police, well, your son wasn't innocent. He wasn't innocent. He was my child. I know my child, but he was shot down. And the statement that I got is your son wasn't innocent. And by the way, the case still open. I never got a report from the Shreveport Police Department. Had to force the hand of the lieutenant to make the detective sit down. Okay, that's it, but the culture needs to change. Thank you so much.
When the speakers come to the podium, everyone will have 3 minutes to speak and share whatever it is you need to share. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Good morning. But briefly before I share this legislation, because apparently we can't wait no longer for people to make up legislation for us. So what I did was drafted what's called the Poisonous Tree Act of 2020. The Poisonous Tree Act of 2020, excuse me y'all, the Poisonous Tree Act of 2020 is a trifold method for city, parish, and state government in Louisiana for immediate accountability. First and foremost, we don't need any members of the SPD being in any clan, which means if you are seen in pictures with clan memorabilia, with rebel flags, we don't need you here. This is not the place for you here. If you are a supervisor in SPD and you had a rebel flag on your wall with you on a picture on it, you are intimidating your employees, and we don't need you either. Now, let's say that first. Also, in the name of Brother Tommy McLaughlin, if you are an SPD officer from now on, and you are caught murdering, colluding, assaulting in any way to people, first and foremost, immediately, you get unpaid administrative leave.
There you go.
We the people do not want to pay your taxes while you try to get out of your life. Number two, in the event, because the law is bigger than that, but I'm just summing up with, in the event that you are found guilty, number one, your pension is to be liquidated. Number two, your bond is to be liquidated. And it is to be given to the victims. Number three, this is for all public officials, aka that city courthouse over there. I should not go to court and get assaulted.
That's it.
Period.
That's it. Tell it.
We have rights. Don't you know the Supreme Court already ruled that we don't have to show you anything and we have the right to travel these roads freely without molestation.
Come on now.
Without molestation means you don't get to stop me and ask me my damn name.
That's right,
There
baby.
you
You
go.
don't get to stop me and ask me for ID. If I'm not bleeding or nobody is hurt, you don't get to bother me at all. And I know that's going to mess up your budget because you budgeted in these tickets that you give us.
Come on now.
Right?
Tell
Now,
it, sister.
on the other side of that, any public official who fails to prosecute and collude, meaning these bogus corner reports that we get.
There it is. There it is.
You lose your pension. You
There you
lose
go.
your bond. Anything attached to you fiscally.
There you
Why
go.
should you keep it?
Yes,
Why
ma'am.
should you keep
You
it?
are betraying the public trust.
There you go. Tell
Okay?
it.
So we're going to just call a spade today and say we are tired of our trust being betrayed. We're your neighbors. We go to school with you. We shop with you. We work out with you. Some of these people go to church with you.
That's it.
Our kids play on the same team. So you mean to tell me all them times we cool, but then when you come to work now, you ready to gun me down? How sway? How sway? So today is the day for accountability. And everybody that was involved in Tommy McLaughlin's case needs to be fired, and I'm going to tell you why.
Tell it, sister.
How do you call the police and EMS out to a scene?
Tell it, sister.
You don't attend to the man that's hurt,
Tell it, sister.
but you attend to the police.
Tell it.
Then you leave.
Tell it.
You leave. Yes, I'm emotional. I'm a mother, and I was assaulted here too. So don't tell me not to feel. You leave. Then you call the EMS back. Huh? And then you assess him. Right? So EMS are city employees too. Improper assessments, failing to act. How you take my money and watch somebody hurt me and don't say nothing? I done been abused right there. Y'all scared? You don't need your badge.
There you
We're
go.
paying you to be heroes.
There you go.
So if you can't stand up in your own department and say, hey brother, you shouldn't treat the people that way. If you can't stop your people from kicking our butts when you know they're wrong, then we can leave your badge. Peace and blessings, y'all.
Thank you, sister.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You know, if Minneapolis had done the right thing,
Yes.
Come on.
we wouldn't be here today. It was simple. Arrest all four officers.
All four.
It's as simple as that.
Arrest.
Now, the officer may not have left his house with the intent to kill George, but when he got in contact with him, he had ample amount of time to stop doing what
That's
he was
right.
doing.
There you go.
He was told by the bystanders,
Yes,
get
sir.
your knee off his neck. He can't breathe. He was told by George Floyd himself, I can't breathe.
That's
I
right.
can't breathe. Give me some water or something. Please, please.
Please.
And he said, ain't nothing wrong with you. He cussed. And he kept his knee on it and with his hands in his pocket. He didn't give a damn about George Floyd dying. That's what he wanted to happen. So everybody must be arrested. If they're tired of the protest, arrest the three other officers.
That's it.
It's as simple as that. I don't believe nothing a police officer say.
That's right.
I challenge everything they say.
That's
They
right.
will walk into the courtroom, raise their hand to tell the truth, and tell a lie. Every time.
Every time.
Trubisky Odom, last year, right here in Shreveport.
Right here, Shreveport.
Trubisky Odom, 27 years old. Just got out of prison. Had some things going on. His mama died. They wouldn't let him go to the funeral. He couldn't go to the wake. Couldn't go through the body.
My.
When he got out, mine was messed up.
Man.
He got on drugs.
Yeah.
He didn't care no more.
Yeah.
25 automatic. He had 3 bullets in that gun. He unloaded 2 of those bullets before he left where he stole the vehicle from. So that means he had 1 bullet.
Yes, sir.
Well, the police department say he went through neighborhoods firing at people.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a bullet. That's a hell of a bullet.
Bad bullet, Doc. Bad bullet. That's a bad bullet.
They fired over 100 and some shots at Shreveporters. And I'm on their grounds telling them what they did. But here's what they did. After they thoroughly investigated, 49 shots was fired and 19 is, you're telling a lie. You're telling a lie. Now watch this, and I'm going to be out of here. Shreveporters had some problems going on. His daddy, Mr. who I talked with this morning at 6 o'clock, and he told me to tell you all that they contacted Benjamin Crump and they sent him some files on this case. But here's what the daddy did. He called dispatch and said, that man in that truck, that's my son. But he's not in his right mind. He may be suicidal, he's on dope. Another family member called right behind him and told him the same thing. So what should they have done? Well, I would think you would want to approach the situation now in a different way. Because he might be on a mission of suicide by cop. Well, hell, that don't mean you have to help him out.
That's right. Hello. That's right. That's right.
They unloaded 100 and some rounds in a matter of seconds.
Greenwood Road and Jewel.
Exactly. And then, Anthony Child, he shot at a cop. And then he turned around and shot himself. Where did he do that at?
In the coroner's office.
Come on. Come on.
In the coroner's
Exactly. And our coroner, your medical examiners, they the police. What do you expect from them? But it's sad that we have to have a protest to make law enforcement and our leaders do the job that they were hired to do. It's sad in 2020.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you. All right, we got Michael. D. Michael Williams. Yes, sir. All right. 3 minutes.
Good morning, my fellow citizens.
Good morning.
On Shreveport and American across the board. When there's a time for frustration, it'll be time for a demonstration. We're living in a time and era where we thought that we'll postpone the promise of equality and justice for all, and we still rest on the shoulders of those many giants that fought the same fights we're fighting today. I did some research, and that was saying that 4 years ago, there was an FBI report was done that we had the Ku Klux Klan, the white supremacists. We had the neo-Nazis, and we had the skinheads infiltrating police department all over America, just so they can carry out the modern day lynching and the execution of killing our young black boys and girls. If you want to look at the statistics and data over the 4 years, if it had not been for the mobile phone, the narrative would have never changed. So we thank God for technology. So technology has provided us a vehicle to see what's going on in America. Those that's been reported, but what about all those that have not been reported? We pay the salaries of men and women, public tax dollars, to see people modern day lynching, bully, beat, and kill our boys and girls. No matter what we do, we raise our hand, we die. We kill them, we die. No matter what we do.
We're here in Shreveport, Louisiana. This is the first installment of our grassroots protest here in the city of Shreveport. I gotta go get ready to speak in a few minutes, and we're gonna bring the thunder today. I'll try to have someone to video my particular speech, but this is a call out to action to all melanated people throughout the entire world. It's time to get off your ass and get in the game. I've been doing this grassroots empowerment work now for 25 years, and we've been here in the city of Shreveport battling the police department, the sheriff department, the marshal's department, and the entire white supremacy structure in order to create a better quality of life for our people. So wherever you're at, if you're about that life, if you're about the life of empowering your people, get at me on Facebook, inbox me, because we're about the business of grassroots empowerment. I'm very pleased to see the individuals who have come out this morning. I'll show you from the back side, and we're here at the police department. We're here at the police department bringing the pain to the individuals. All right? So within that overall dynamic, thank you guys for tuning in, and we're gonna continue to film and make this thing happen. All right, I'm signing out. We'll keep on listening.
As a race of people, black, white, young and old, Democrat, old, no matter where you are, we got to live in this world together. No matter where you go, God created all equal. They just need to change the Bill of Rights to the Bill of Rights, because all we see is white privileges. And we see discrimination all over this America, especially in Shreveport. So I declare and challenge all of you before you leave today, join NAACP.
Yes, sir.
Doesn't matter what color you are, what race you come. If you really want to have a national voice for all the people, the national strategy, join one voice. And if you need an application, we have somebody here to pass you out one.
Yes, sir.
We're really serious about making a change in America. We need to start at home. Start healing in our heart, and then we can heal our heads. You can't change our skin. God made us black.
Love it.
We should be fighting sin, and we should not be fighting skin. It's a sin race we're fighting. So I pray that we leave it today with our hot air and our emotions. That we have a national strategy for all of us. As we learn to work together, we continue to support our young men and women, young Black Lives Matter movement. They had a peaceful march yesterday. I commend them. So, as we stand on the shoulders, I leave from this place here. I want you to know that we still are in a battle of racism in America. For equality, for human rights, for civil rights, for criminal rights, for economic rights, is still alive and well. Let's keep it moving. God bless America.
Yes, sir. No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
George Floyd!
George Floyd!
Marquis husband!
Marquis husband!
Anthony Child!
Anthony Child!
And our latest victim, who was just brutally murdered about 2 days ago, May 28th, 2020. His name, it was March the 28th, 2020, which was just a few days ago. His name is Tommy McLaughlin, who was taken into custody by SPD. His nose was fractured.
God Almighty!
His skull was bust wide open.
God Almighty!
In police custody.
In custody.
I asked the question today, who in the hell killed him?
God Almighty!
Who in the hell killed him?
Tell him some
He was an innocent man. Did nothing to nobody. I questioned who in the damn hell killed him.
Come on, there you go. God Almighty! No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
No racist!
Police!
No racist!
Police!
No justice!
No peace!
No racist!
Police!
I literally haven't been asleep in 5 days.
Yes, ma'am. Come on.
It's so emotional. You try not to leave nobody being emotional because you got to strategize to organize.
That's right.
And also plot, because that's what we got to do.
Lots.
It's nothing to say SPD, it got to change, but it got to change from the head. You can remove Brent, you can remove everybody else. Ben Wayne is not removed. The system
Hell no.
change.
Come on,
Everything
now.
will change.
Come on,
And only one person got the authority to do that. That's Mayor Avery.
That's
He
right.
has to. The city council can't do it. Nobody can't do it. I'm gonna take it back from I forgot who it was. Scott said about somebody on Duella getting shot.
That's right.
But they left out. He was shot by James. The truck was also shot by James off the rifle. That didn't supposed to be out.
Wow.
And now we don't have two. We had two in custody left, and nobody know about it. Nobody. So when it get out about Avery, what's his name? Raver Austin, ain't no telling what's going to happen. But it's got to stop. We gonna have to stand together. We gonna have to fight this together because we can't do it on our own.
That's right.
We ain't gonna be able to. I do this 365 a day. I don't come out when everybody else mad.
That's right.
I've been mad all fucking day.
That's right.
I do. I got a son. My son 13 years old.
That's right.
He's 6'5". And I'm telling you, I'm coming out to everybody's child when it come to mine.
That's right.
I don't want no fucking hug.
That's We gotta look up and we got qualified people on the street. Texas business on the fucking streets where he got a master's degree. They picked him out of the academy because of Flint. But ain't nobody speaking on him. I'm tired. I'm tired. The man say he tired. Fuck no, I'm tired. Because I've been reaching out to him for a whole fucking year about this. I'm sorry. For the whole year about this. And it don't make any sense. I asked my mama yesterday. My mama worked for SPD. I said, Mama, do I have to come out here? She said, you're a leader. Carry your ass. So I carried my ass with some children yesterday. And these kids need direction because they don't. Y'all can say all day it's black on black crime, but who started? Let's go all the way back to them when they stand up fighting each other. Because that's what they do in the county. They got our people fighting. We have 9 candidates dropped out the first week. We had 1 candidate with the hospital for 3 days. Y'all need to pull them in this way and see how many times what the hell they do in the county. Because I'm telling you, once I get loud, nobody can stop me. And I got back up. Because if Lee Mary gotta come down here for her sister. Lee Mary, baby. But anything will. And Marcus Hearns, oh, black guy that gotta come down here for his sister. No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace!
I gotta give her to speak, but you keep this in front of her.
They have given me 3 minutes. I promise to give you 30 seconds back. It's as simple as 3 words. I'm sick of it. I'm a preacher here in the city of Shreveport. And in Mark chapter number 2, Jesus is encountered with a man that wasn't sick from a problem. He was sick of a problem. Racism is a problem that we got to be tired of being sick from and start being sick of it. Yes. We were sick from COVID. Then we got sick of COVID. We come up with all kind of ideas, all kind of strategies to come up and rid us of this invisible war, this invisible virus. Yet we have a very visible virus right before our eyes. I'm not here to demonize the entire police department, but what I am saying is if you're a good police and you're standing next to a bad police, then who's the bad police? I don't know the difference. Don't just stand there and do nothing. You got to do something. Right. It's not black or white. It's wrong. All right. You want me, if I see somebody burglarizing a house, to call you. You want me, if I see somebody stealing something, to call you. Why would I call you at the fact that they might not go to jail, but they might end up dead? The very ones that swore to serve and to protect are the main ones that's taking lives. I know we got a problem with black on black crime, but that's not the issue here today. Because the fact of the matter is, when Lil Pookie killed Ray Ray, Lil Pookie go to jail for life. But when Officer Bob killed Ray Ray, he walked scot-free. Somebody ought to say, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of being sick from it. I'm sick of it. I'm turned up, turned down for what?
No justice, y'all. No peace. No justice, y'all. No peace.
My name's John Ratcliffe, and I have not very much to say. I mostly came here to listen, and my advice to the white community that's not here today is one thing that we need to do a lot of, and that is listen to our black brothers and sisters. And genuinely listen to our black brothers and sisters, because they have a lot to tell us. They have a lived experience that is not the same as ours.
Exactly.
And you can insert several curse words in there, because I'm pretty angry myself.
There you go, brother. Tell them. Tell them, brother.
I have recently, in the last few days, this started back in December before the problems that we're talking about today happened, the current problems. The mayor reached out to the community and asked for people to volunteer to be on a commission on race.
Yes.
And I was one of the people who signed up, and about 150-something people signed up for that. And they narrowed it down to about 25. Well, the coronavirus came along and interrupted putting all that together. And then, of course, in the last week or so, it's become imperative to put that together. And we were actually appointed about Thursday, Friday, and we're going to be meeting this week. One of the things, I'm not going to ask you to be patient. You do what you need to do. But what we're going to have to be patient, because we got to put together this information so we can actually make changes in the institutions that govern us. Right. And I mean by that to include that any police officer who kills somebody does not get a free get out of jail free pay. He didn't start out there. And I'm not saying that every police officer who ends up killing anybody, whether they kill somebody who's black and they're white, or the police officer's black and the person's white. I'm not talking about that every one of them is committed murder. But a lot of them have. That's it. I mean, you can tell from the video. You don't have to be trained in the law. You can tell that a homicide was committed. And if I had done what the officer did to Floyd, and it had been on YouTube, I would be arrested based on that. Based on that. Now, I would have the opportunity to bail out, as would this police officer. That's right. I would have the opportunity to defend myself and say, well, you should have seen what happened before they started the video. Fine, okay? But to start with, somebody who kills somebody, the initial response of the institutions in this society needs to be to arrest them. That's right. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Marvin Muhammad, and I would be remiss not to, Pastor May, I would be remiss not to pause, because I know that today that we are here for the blue line and their attacks and wickedness against Black America. But I must say this. On yesterday, we had a 2-year-old baby. 2 weeks ago or so, we had an 8 or 10-month-old baby that was shot. Mm-hmm. I'm telling us that very, very soon there's going to be a knock at your door, and that we coming to pray. Not P-R-A-Y, but P-R-E-Y on you. Now let me get back to the subject at hand. The systemic problems that we have in America resides right here in the city of Shreveport. As a black man bled from the nose. As a black man lost control of his blouse. As a black man begged for his life and stated, I can't breathe. When it came known and apparent to this man that he wasn't going to make it, he began to call for his mother in pain. In the city of Shreveport, the officer that is responsible for training the cadets, Brent Mason, he felt that he was obligated. See, this is systemic racism. See, this is the global system of white supremacy working. They support one another. He made a very empathetic statement saying that it was a matter of improper technique. Improper technique for 9 minutes. It was straight out murder. And the fact that Chief Ben Raymond doesn't fire him immediately speaks about his mindset. We haven't forgotten. I haven't forgotten that as a patrolman that Chief Ben Raymond now murdered. They say that he committed suicide. as they was serving a attempted second-degree murder warrant, as if that mattered. As if the police is now judge, jury, and executor in the streets. But I wonder what would be the tell if someone would have had a camera that day. Would Ben Raymond now be cheap? Or would he be walking the streets today, broke, raggedy, hungry, and out of doors, tossed to the side like filth that he is? See, murderers protect murderers. Brent Mason, as Brickle stated, and Ben Raymond was present that day. As black cadets were training against one another, was told to go and attack. But some of them had to be hospitalized. Think over that for a minute. Where is the media on that? Why does the media not know that he was called to speak with Mayor Perkins and CAO White Home? Where is the media?
They paid the media out.
Where is the media
That's what happened to them.
that
Shoot, they pay them out.
in the custody of Shreveport Police
Get
Department,
them money.
a man by the name of Wavy Austin was killed, was assassinated?
They don't report everything.
We need the media to do its job.
There it is.
Tommy McCullough, we haven't forgotten.
They don't report everything.
In the last month or so, 2 men dead in police custody. We have a problem in Shreveport.
That's right.
14, 15 months ago, Anthony Child was gunned down like a dog in the street.
That's right.
Hunted, preyed upon. But what Ben Raymond and his staff did, they moved him, they dumped him into the MLK community.
Oh my.
They try to hide him. Trayvon Brooks. But he's on administrative leave now.
Don't forget Mike Jones. Mike Jones with his excessive force. Mike Jones. Don't forget
And we can go on and on
Yeah.
and on. And so we call for the resignation of Ben Raymond.
That's right.
Today,
Right now.
Shreveport police, yes.
we call for the resignation
Yes, it's awful around here.
of Brent Mason. Today. These people are poisoning the Shreveport Police Department.
Yes.
And let me say this as I leave. As people talk about good cops, bad cops. If it was 100 rattlesnakes in front of me,
Come on with the example, brother. Come on with
and it happened to be a few garden snakes among them, would I be foolish to close the door and not to allow any snake to enter into me? Or do I suppose to believe that those few garden snakes are going to keep those rattlesnakes away from me? So good cops, just like you asked us to police our own, we ask you to police your own. Justice for Anthony Child. Justice for Anthony Child. Justice for George Floyd.
George Floyd.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
Good morning, everyone. I serve as a nurse in our local community, and I just wanted to give you a medical side to what happened to George Floyd.
Oh my God.
What is an acute upper airway obstruction? And I want y'all to understand the reason behind the word acute. Acute, if you look at it, is sudden. Okay.
Amen.
An acute upper airway obstruction, or UAO, is a blockage that occurs in your upper airway. The upper airway of your respiratory system consists of the trachea, larynx, or voice box, and throat.
Yes.
A blockage in your airway can prevent your body from getting enough oxygen. A lack of oxygen can cause brain damage and even a heart attack in a matter of minutes. Any obstruction, which could be a foreign body part such as the knee, Any obstruction of the upper airway has the potential to be life-threatening. Seek emergency medical attention immediately if you suspect that you or someone you know has an obstructed upper airway. Or what happens when the emergency personnel become the reason behind your obstruction? Foreign objects, such as the knee.
Yes, ma'am.
Foreign objects, such as the knee.
Speak it, girl.
The
Yes.
lack of oxygen caused by choking can result in brain damage or death in a matter of 4 to 6 minutes. The help we hire cannot and will not continue to become our obstruction.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
32 years ago, the civil unrest in the Cedar Grove community erupted. I was in Atlanta, Georgia, and I was cheering.
Yes, sir.
I was cheering because black people in the city of Shreveport finally had enough.
Yes, sir.
But that was 32 years ago. 10 years later, we organized a demonstration on the front steps of this building, which is now the police department, which used to be City Hall. And in 1998, there were approximately 13 unarmed black males who were gunned down by SPD. 13 in 1998. We marched with 8 of the mothers on the steps of this particular building. 22 years later, we're here making these particular demands. You've heard a lot about Anthony Childs, who was murdered last year in a cover-up.
That's right.
Officer Trayvon Brooks murdered this brother this past year, who was a damn military veteran.
Yes, sir.
And they got away with murder. But they got away with murder not really because of the police department, but because the people sit idle and do nothing. You must get off your ass and get in the game to determine your own destiny. Because the oppressor is not going to stop oppressing you. And they've been doing this for hundreds of years. If you travel down Texas Avenue to the Caddo Parish Courthouse, in front of the courthouse, you will find a statue that represents the racist history of Shreveport, Louisiana, and Caddo Parish. That particular statue has been voted to be taken down, and the white folks still say we want the goddamn song. It's past time for this to go down. We took the damn flag down over 15 years ago. The statue is a representation of Shreveport, Caddo Parish, Louisiana. If you go to Montgomery, Alabama, and you look at the exhibit for all of the lynchings that existed in America, guess who is the #1 place in the world for lynching? Shreveport, Louisiana, and Caddo Parish. The #1. And #2 was Bossier City and Bossier. It is time to get off your ass and get in the game. We run this goddamn city. The police are paid by tax dollars. We will not allow Brett Mason to remain on the police department. It will not happen. And I just heard about a firefighter who had the audacity to joke about this. His ass gotta go. You work for us.
That's right.
The reason they have no respect is because the people are not exercising their power. It is time to get off your ass, get in the game, and shut it down. And lastly, the federal level, they eliminated in the military a policy called don't ask, don't tell. Well, if you're a good damn police, the policy has been eliminated. It's time to damn tell. If you're a good police officer, get in the game. I got relatives on the force in every level. But if you're a good police officer, the policy has been eliminated. Don't ask, don't tell. Now is the time to tell.
No justice. No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No racist.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No racist.
No peace.
Just a minute.
Hey.
And Mary Sheila is the name of that Shreveport Police Fire Department person, by the way.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
First, I want to ask if anyone's heard about the protest that's happening on Saturday.
Yes.
I know some of you probably heard that when it first started, it was started by some white girl. People were afraid of that. You're looking at her.
That's right. That's right.
That.
We in this together. That's right.
So the first thing I want to say is I think it was you mentioned Tommy.
That's right.
That protest, that's who we're attributing it to, is to Tommy.
That's it.
That's right, baby.
Tell it, baby.
And we do have legislation that we're actually trying to pass. And I don't want to speak on it entirely right now because I am not the only organizer. I did not do this by myself by any means. But one of the things we are calling for is we want a reinvestigation of Tommy's case.
Damn right!
We want an outside autopsy of Tommy's body. We want a suspension of the officers, and we want a reinvestigation of who signed off on that case.
That's right,
baby. There it is.
That's what we're at.
They all corrupt.
If you come on Saturday, you'll probably hear me say a similar thing because I do plan on speaking at that one too.
That's right.
Because I will always use my voice.
There you go.
You should always use your voice.
You should use your voice.
So first I want to say by saying, I know I don't understand your experience.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I have never had to live it.
Come on, now.
I can sympathize and I can recognize that things are wrong. For instance, the black man or woman should never be afraid for their life for getting pulled over for speeding.
Come on,
but I have never lived in that fear.
Exactly. Come on.
No black man or woman should ever be reluctant to walk outside for fear of racial profiling.
Tell it, tell it.
But I have never been racially profiled.
That's right.
Come on now.
No black man or woman should ever expect to go to jail in their lifetime because of the color of their skin.
Come on,
That's right.
But I have never lived in that expectancy.
That's good. That's good.
And this is why I don't believe in the phrase, I don't see color.
That's right.
One, to say you don't see color is a lie. We're different. We can all see that. But two, and way more importantly, to deny the differences in our skin is to deny the differences in our privilege.
Exactly.
I'm going to say that again because I think it's worth repeating. To deny the differences in our skin is to deny the differences in our privilege.
That's it.
And that leads me to my next point. To deny the differences in our color is to promote ignorance. Ignorance is the reason that systemic racism and oppression is allowed to exist in this country.
That's good. That's good.
So why am I here? Why am I up here speaking?
Come on, tell them.
I'm going to talk on about three things. One of those is change, the other is ignorance, and one is discomfort. I'll get there.
Go ahead. Take your time.
Broadly speaking, why am I here? Because I want change. So let me speak on that for a second. Because I think a lot of people want change. I think a lot of people say they want change, but let me clarify. I think a lot of white people think they want change. But here's the thing about that. In order for there to be a true and genuine change, for you, for the black community, for people of color, there has to be an equal and requited amount of change for white privilege.
That's right.
And that is something that white people don't want to think about. They don't want to admit that. White people don't want to acknowledge the head start we had in life just for being born this way. You know what? That is willful ignorance. Willful ignorance is what allows oppression to continue in this country.
That's it.
So I'm going to talk on ignorance for a second. I think one of the biggest things that allows ignorance to continue is our education system.
There it is, baby.
Our education system.
Yes, ma'am.
And what I mean by that is our education is a white man's education.
It is.
It's a white black man's history.
Yes, ma'am.
Why does that matter? Again, like I said, I can recognize when something is wrong. And that is wrong. Why? Because when you tell that history, the history that excludes black history and black culture and the black experience,
that's right,
you allow white people to think that nothing is wrong.
That's right.
When that happens, you allow white people to think, well, it was bad back then. True. But it's not bad now. Hell no. It's bad now. In fact, some might say it's worse. Because this is systemic oppression. This is institutional oppression.
That's right.
This is oppression that is not overt, but it is just as powerful, and we are able to...
That's right.
And I have more to say. If you want to hear all of it, please come out Saturday. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
But
yes, sir.
the reason I'm here is because I stand by you. I support you. I love each and every one of you out here. We are brothers and sisters to the day we die. And this is not my time to have my voice heard, but I will use my voice for you.
That's right. That's right. Good go. That's what's up.
As she comes,
that's what's up.
As she comes, we're going to mention an organization that is with us. Hold up, 1 minute. 1 minute. I want to say this also, that this is not a black or white thing. This is a right or wrong thing.
That's right.
We're going to focus on what is right and what is wrong. I'm going to make this clearly. We are one voice.
That's right.
We are one community. We are speaking and headed in one direction.
That's right.
So don't get it twisted.
All right.
Our problem is not black and white. Our problem is black and blue. Because you got black men who wear blue uniforms, who is paid by all of us, and yet and still inflict the same kind of pain upon us that they know is inhumane, wrong. You wouldn't do a cat, you wouldn't do a dog, and we have said enough is enough.
And if it was a dog, they'd all be out here protesting.
I would like to add to what Pastor said. This is about being human. We are all a part of the human family, regardless of what. No justice, no peace. Come on, baby.
Black lives matter.
Yes.
Black lives matter.
That's right.
And if you want white lives to matter, black lives better start. Just like Lennox just said, for too long we've been treated as bottom feeders. We've been treated like dogs.
Come on, brother.
We've been stepped on, made to eat the slop.
Come on, man.
And before I begin to go further, let me ask, where are all the preachers, all the pastors that's on Facebook trying to get you to tune in, trying to get you to send your money, trying to get you to do the parking lot pimping? All the people there. I want to commend all of the young folks that's here today.
That's right. That's right.
Because I don't see the older folks. So I commend all of you young folks
that's right.
Today, because you all are the ones that we're going to hand this off to. And you need to take the baton and run with it.
That's right.
So we depend on you all, the young folks. Well, let me say again, George Floyd is the catalyst for why we're here. But George Floyd is not the only reason we're here. For far too many years, as Craig Lee alluded to, we've had black folks killed. This ain't the first time police done kill black folks. We get out here, we chant, we march, and then once the fanfare die down, we chill out. We need to stay on top of this thing. We need to make our voices heard. How do you do that? Young folks, show up in large numbers to the city council meeting.
That's right.
Do like Michael Williams told you.
That's right.
Join the NAACP.
That's right.
It's only $30, and if you don't have $30, we'll give you $30. We'll go fund you $30.
That's right.
But this needs to be a movement.
That's right.
We are the diary of a mad black people.
Come on, man.
You understand? We need to stick together. And let me say this, by a show of hands, how many people have either called or had interaction with police? So let me say this about police. All black police, not good police. And all white police, not bad police. Because the bottom line is, we need police. Because if we didn't have police, shit, this whole world would be burned to the ground. And so, let's weed out the bad police and keep the good police. But let's not let George Floyd or Anthony Child's death be in vain. Let's not lose this energy. And lastly, I'm going to say this. Again, George Floyd is the catalyst for why we're here today. But I want you all to think about this. We march. We march. We chant. We protest. We loot. When white folk kill black folk. But I want us to keep that same energy and march and protest when black folk keep killing black folk.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you. For all of the, I'm not going to say just young people, but all people, we need all of you all to join the NAACP. And you can go to the national. Do not give your application to anybody local. There you go. Go to the national level at www.naacp.org and put in your application, people, and become a part of your community and engage in the political process.
That's right.
Go to the national chapter. Thank you.
That's right.
And last but not least, and vote for Pastor Mays. Come on, for president of the NAACP. I'm out here now. I'm going to be out here. I was out there then, and I'm going to remain. Vote for Pastor Mays for the NAACP president so we can get the necessary change that we need.
What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? My name is Attorney Jamar Doc Montgomery, and I'm running for United States Senate. Today is a call. I want to tell you who I am. My name is Attorney Jamar Doc Montgomery, and I'm running for United States Senate for the state of Louisiana. Today is a call to young people. If you are tired of the same old, today is the day to get active. If you're tired of being told what to do and that you're not doing enough, today is the day to get up and do something about it.
That's right. That's right.
If you're tired of police murder all across the country, today is the day to stand up. I'm asking all of my young people who are sick and tired of turning on the news, sick and tired of watching social media, looking at people who look like you dead on the streets. I'm challenging you to join us today. Today is the day that this stops.
There you go.
We have 45 days of action.
There it is.
And since we have to wait on this investigation, then we're going to have 45 days of sustained action. One of the things that we do not have is a political education. And those who are not politically educated are potential criminals. Every time that we exercise our rights, we are criminalized.
There it is.
Tell it, man.
Now today, you're going to get that political education that you've always been waiting for. You got to know how your government works. You got to know who's in your government. You got to know what your government is doing. You got to know where to go to get help from your government. And if your government won't help you, then you push your government to help you. You push your government to do something about it. You push your government to care. We got 3 tools. We got our vote. We got protests, and we got our money.
There you go.
all three gotta be used.
That's right. Come on,
all three gotta be used. If we're gonna be out in the streets, we better be at the ballot. If we're gonna be in the ballot, then we don't need to be at the stores. The fact is that we gotta make the business community understand that these issues are important to us.
Yes, sir.
The business community gets on the phone with the mayor's office and with the government, say, hey, you better do something about this. And if your government doesn't do something about it, then it's time to recall and vote out. If you want a government that cares about you, then you need to vote young people in. You need to vote in people who are on the streets, who have a proven track record of fighting for you and fighting for your rights.
That's right.
Today, we got day one of our 45 days of action. Day one. I want you to do this. Get your city councilman and your parish commissioner. Get their name, get their Facebook, and get their email address and reach out to them. Once again, my name is Jamar Doc Montgomery and I'm running for United States Senate.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's Brother Doc. Brother Doc that came back here from California. It's hot in Shreveport, Louisiana, baby. Cats getting involved in this process.
We got demands from the Shreveport Police Department.
Yes, sir.
Our demands is an audit of the police department's hiring criteria, an audit of their training practices, and an audit of their use of force policy.
Come on, there it is. Come on, Doc.
Yes, sir.
Power to the people.
Brother Doc is one of our inspirational young folks.
The great
That's right.
attorney,
Brother A.
Anthony Hollis.
Brother A.
Power to the people.
Power to the people.
Come on, Anthony.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I have a few words to say, and I am so glad to be here today. This is my first attendance to a protest.
Yes,
and I feel good about it.
There you go, Brother A. This is
Good about it because
This is one of our attorneys in Shreveport. And this is his first protest in his life. He's about 60.
I want to say it to you. I'm not talking about those on the side of me, those in back of me. I'm talking about those in front of me.
Come on, man.
Those who will look at the campus and hear my words. America is changing. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Come on, man.
Let me repeat myself. America is changing. And there's nothing you can do about it. Don't be afraid. We won't do you like you did us. Because we know about right. And we know the difference between right and wrong. America is changing.
Yes, sir.
And there's nothing you can do. It's no longer white. It's no longer black. It is mosaic.
That's
what makes America what it is.
It's great.
White don't make America great. Come on. And I'm happy to say, neither does black. It's us all working together from the beginning to date. You can't just tell us. You can't trivialize us. We know what's happening. Let me tell you what this is. This is the tip of the iceberg.
The tip of the iceberg.
I hope that you are listening to me. This is the tip of the iceberg. Because there's more to come. More mass. More protests.
Yes, sir.
More indignation.
Yes, sir.
And it's going to bring change.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you ain't with it, then you're going to be the casualties of it.
That's right. You either get down or lay down. Get down or lay down. That's right. Get down or lay down. Power to the people.
Power to the people.
Power to the people.
2 minutes.
Hello?
Hello?
I'm out of Hello. I've been here over 10 years. I've been banned off the bus. I'm disabled. I'll be 61 tomorrow, and I can't ride the bus. I have to walk everywhere I go. My bike over there on the sidewalk. The man lied on me. One police and they pushed it. They all push the thing people do. You know what I'm saying? I'm bearing out the bus. I told her I talked about it. They said going to end up in TV. I told her I talked about it. I couldn't get in touch with Lord Thompson. I got it. I knocked on the door.
He's deceased. He's deceased, brother.
It is.
Yeah, he's deceased.
This got 2 years ago. They took me to jail on my birthday. They took me to jail on my birthday. All I wanted to do, I called the police and tell them somebody had attacked me in the house. Not cheap was knocked out, I was bloody. They took me to jail, but me using 911. I gotta go to court for that line. I got to pay over there for my case. I gotta go to court for me using 911. I'll be 61 tomorrow.
No, he ain't lying. I got the same choice.
They tried to demonstrate my character and tell evil, but I went to church under 10 on my own. My mom and dad didn't make me go. I got 8 years old and went to church on my own.
Wow.
I was going to church about the name now, but I was there the other day.
All right, thank you, bro.
It made me so mad, I don't want to have to go to church.
Yes, wow. Power to the people.
Power to the people.
I don't want to go to church.
That's all right. Come on. Wrapping it up.
We've had a lot of really good speakers today. Just stepping back for a minute. This is Shreveport, Louisiana. And like I said, the only reason that evil continues to flourish in the world is because good people are punks. Good people are afraid. Good people are scared. That's the only reason that evil flourishes. If you remember back in elementary or junior high or high school and you had bullies, what happened with bullies? If you didn't stand up for yourself and fight a bully, the bully is going to continue to pick on you, steal your lunch money, steal your food. You got to stand up to the bully. America, white supremacy, racism is the bully. And you got to be willing to stand up. You got to be willing to risk your life. So you can't just read about this in the Bible or the Quran or in some fairy tale book. This is coming to you. And unfortunately, most people don't want to get involved in something until it visits your door. Your child that got killed. Your brother, your sister, your mama that got killed. You got to have the same focus on yourself as you on others as you do yourself. That's just the bottom line. We have to now take on the responsibility of others as being our family members. That's the only way that change is ever going to come for our people. It is past time. Whether you're in Louisiana, whether you're in Texas, whether you're in Minnesota, Alaska, Maine, grassroots people have got to stand up and become accountable and responsible for their destiny. We're not playing any games. I left corporate America in 1995. I gave up a $70,000 job as a pharmaceutical sales rep to now become an empowerment revolutionary here in the city of Shreveport. And I knew I couldn't do that working for a corporation, so I had to become an entrepreneur. This game is real, but we got to get everybody involved who are about the business, who is about the business of empowering themselves, their immediate family, their extended family, and their community. If you ain't about that life, I don't want to hear a goddamn complaint from your punk ass on Facebook or no social media, because this is the real deal. You got to get involved in this process. Glad to see you out, sister. Good go. Let me show you. This is what this is about. This sister brought her children out. She brought her children out Sister, let me ask you a question, because she done brought her children. She got her baby out and her daughters. She came out today. And I want the sister to tell me, sister, why did you feel it was important to bring your family out?
I have 5 sons.
Wow.
My husband sit on the media board also.
Wow.
And I'm afraid for my son.
Wow.
For me too. I mean, I'm scared to even drop a piece of paper on the ground.
Wow.
I don't want to die.
Wow.
Because I'm black.
Wow.
Or because I'm white.
So you fighting for that little one? You
better believe it. This Charles Daniel Jr.
Wow. Wow. This is Reverend Daniel's family. And she says she got 5 sons and daughters, and she values their life.
I do.
Thank you for coming out, sister. No, without a doubt.
See you Saturday.
Yes, indeed. This is what this is all about, people. We bringing it to them. We at the goddamn police station. We at the police station, you hear me? So at the end of the day, this is about the real deal. I don't care what city you're in the United States, what county, you gotta get in the game. This is not their property. This is our property. If you're a taxpayer, this is your goddamn property. Throughout the United States, the police station, the sheriff department, the marshal's department, all of these are controlled with your tax dollars. They don't pay themselves. And the tax dollars come from businesses and business employees. That's why we gotta be in the game and become vigilant in the game. Ain't nothing changed from 1964 but some paper and the ability for you to go to goddamn Walmart and go shop at a few other stores. You gotta get in the game to determine what goes on in your life, whether it's going to be positive or whether it's going to be negative. It's up to you. But I know how the hell I'm going to die. I'm going to die fighting, because I don't have an option, because other people fought for me to have the rights that I have today. So I encourage you, get involved with this process wherever you're at. If you're in the city of Shreveport, definitely we want you to get involved in the game. We're going to close this out now.
He's on board with the corruption. I'm telling you all now. You must become critical thinkers and not just look at the murderous police. You better look at all of them. Y'all in there together. Good job. Yes, ma'am, baby. 3 minutes. I want y'all to see my face. All right. I want y'all to see our face.
That's right.
You ain't gonna never forget this face.
That's right.
We all agree. Okay. We've been going through racism. Yes, ma'am. For how long, baby? On the financial 2007, no, 2010. Come on, we've been going through racism. I've been up and down these courtrooms. Every last one of them. Yes, ma'am. But ever since 2010.
Yes, you have.
And we still going through it. When you talk about these judges, when you talk about these attorneys, they're just the police.
That's right.
It's the system.
It's the police. It's the judges.
That's right.
It's the attorneys.
That's right.
It's everybody. And you know what they told me and my
Sheriff.
husband? Get with the good old boy. And we will protect y'all.
Man.
That's why we got on these t-shirts.
Look at that.
Equality. Don't talk about it. Be about it, baby.
Be about it. That's what I'm talking about. Be about it.
Stop talking and let's do something about this mess.
That's it.
I got a long story. Y'all gonna get my story. She told me I got 3 minutes. That's all right. But let me tell you something. She gave me 2 more. But let me tell you this here. Young people, I have children y'all ain't.
Yes. Tell them.
I have children that grow up in this city of Shreveport and they still here. We want to keep our young black people and our young white people in this town. But we got to unify with each other. We can't go and stab each other in the back. If you go to school to be an attorney, be a real attorney.
There you go, tell him.
Don't come out here trying to be a bank attorney and get everybody, let me be your attorney. I'm a civil rights attorney. And I'm going to help you. You ain't going to help nobody. What you going to do with the program.
Get with the program.
I don't have to get with no program because I ain't got nothing to lose.
Come on now.
Other than, I can't, God take my, the only man I got an answer to is the Lord.
Come on.
That's it. But I tell you one thing, y'all better get with the program.
Come on.
Young people.
That's right.
I told Mayor Perkins,
Come on,
I
tell
went
it.
to his narration. I was there when he first was one. Like this young man stood up here at this podium.
Yes.
I was there when he first did it.
Tell it, sister.
And I told him, I say, Mayor Perkins, I like what you're doing. But you know what? Don't fall into that with them people. Don't get crooked and get paid under that table by them folks. Black, white, green, blue, and purple, all of y'all. You don't supposed to get. Mayor Perkins, I challenge you today. Just like they say, fire them people. Every person that's in the city that we paying our tax dollars to, get rid of them.
That's it.
Get rid of them. The judges. These judges is corrupt. These judges. Really? The city judges, the federal judges, the city, all of they corrupt.
The system is corrupt.
It's corrupt.
It's corrupt. Believe it. It's corrupt. All the way through. All the way through.
And my husband works every day. He's a good man. And if he wasn't good to me, I won't be standing beside him today. But I tell you what.
She would have dropped.
Let's get it going, people.
She a soldier. That's my
I'm
pocket.
happy y'all doing this. Because I've been praying for this since 2010.
Soldier.
And that's what it finally happened. People stand up for your rights.
That's right.
Let them take your rights. And y'all have. Please, stay on top of these. Yes. Here you go, bro.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No racist.
Police.
No racist.
Police.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
And let me,
No justice.
No peace.
let me just say. Yes, ma'am. She said everyone needs to go vote, which we should have already known. Vote. The Constitution. Research your
The
United States Constitution of America has already.
Interview right quick. Now, this young, I don't even know what to call her. I can't even say she a young white girl, soldier. So tell us what brought you out and started this process of wanting to get involved in grassroots advocacy.
That's where it started. Would probably be realizing a change that happened for me. I went to college, and one of the things I talked about is ignorance. And I didn't even realize how ignorant I was myself. And one of the things I realized was education is so corrupt. Like I said, it's a white man's education, it's a white man's history. And that really strikes home for me because I actually have a half-brother and he's mixed. But, he's never been a half-brother.
Yeah.
And I've been in instances where, like, I can see him being oppressed and put down, and I'm standing there right beside him, and I've just never understood why there's a difference between the two of us. But I've realized how ignorant I was and how things need to change.
Okay.
And once I realized I was ignorant, then I realized how ignorant I was, and I started learning about the systemic oppression, systemic racism, and it is such a powerful, complex, social and political.
Very complex. Yeah.
It needs to be redone from the bottom up, but it starts with the individual.
Exactly.
That's why I'm here, because I want other people to know that this exists. I want people to do it.
Exactly. Where did you go to college?
I'm still in college. I go to Sydney.
You go to Sydney? Where are you from?
That's an odd question. So I was born in Colorado.
Okay.
I lived in Mississippi for about 4 years, but I've been here ever since.
Okay. So you're from Denver, Aurora? Where you from?
Colorado Springs.
Colorado Springs? Wow, I spoke up there, me and my stepson, a few years ago. He was invited to actually speak at a youth conference dealing with criminal justice reform, school to prison pipeline. So your group, are these seminary students that you mobilized, or talk to me about it?
No, so I just started a Facebook page.
Okay.
I reached out to a few just of close friends and asked if they thought it would be a good idea to start a protest the upcoming Saturday, and everyone was on board with it. So I started the page. Once the page started, we started getting outreach from everyone. So actually, there's a couple of us here that are right now other organizers, but people just started joining our forces. So no, we're kind of from all over walks of place. I've never met any of the people that I'm organizing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they're fantastic team. Like I said, I did not do any of this by myself.
Yeah. And what are you majoring in?
I'm majoring in film and writing. Film and writing.
Oh, you know we gotta talk. We gotta talk. We gotta definitely talk. And what's your name again? Alyssa Fife?
Yep.
P-H?
Like Barney.
Oh, okay. Well, here's my card. You make sure you text me. This is a courageous young lady. She's gotten in the game. She's in college. How old are you now?
21.
She's 21 years old, and she's gotten in the game. Thank you very much. We'll keep working with you. All right. What's up? What's up? Boy, look at my good partner, this young English up in the house. Man, to see this young brother here, young English, tell me some stuff, man. What we got? What we got? What's your thought process?
Well, you know, I'm a father too, and even though I haven't been out here to protest, I figured, you know, I bring some water for the people that are out there, going to, you know, show my support. Because my daddy had to talk with me, I've had to talk with my son. There is a divide as to how one segment is treated by the police. Like, there's another segment treated. So, I mean, I just want to change.
That's good. This is like my little nephew, man. He was rolling with us 20 plus years ago as we did this advocacy work. My attorney, Larry English, would bring him along with his sisters. And it's a beautiful thing. Good to see y'all, young here. Let me give you my card, man. Make sure to update me with your information. All right, look at my other partner here. What's up there, bro? Ben? How y'all doing? Ah, my good partner. This is one of the best attorneys in the entire United States of America, Brother Terrell Miles. Brother T, how you doing, brother? Man, it's good to see you, man. Always good to see you. So, look, everything is wrapping up right now. And well, we're winding down, and hey, we out here in the streets, baby. Yes, Sheree, she is very enlightened young female, and she is definitely maneuvering in this game. Yeah.
But what we are anti,
exactly.
We are anti that which is inhumane against those of us who are humane. We are fighting against the system of racism, white supremacy, and the system that has affected all of us that are out here on today, both white and black. We all with one voice, young and old, with one voice is saying, we're not going to take any more. It's no longer going to be business as usual. But put by your hands as we get ready to close. There are more meetings coming up Saturday. Be ready. We must continue to move forward. Bow your heads, please, ma'am, and please, sir. Father, in the name of Jesus, we thank you even now for all of those that came out on today, that stood and listened to every speaker. We thank you for those that didn't speak, but we felt their presence. And for those who are not out here with us, we challenge you to get up off the couch and get on board. Lord, we thank you. We declare unto our mayor, we declare unto our police chief, we declare to our city council, we declare to our state legislators, we declare to our city marshal that enough is enough is enough. To our judges, enough is enough is enough. And if you can't, or if you don't have the particular fortitude, hell to do what's right, we're going to get you out of office. In Jesus' name.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are concluding today's rally, and it's been powerful. It's been absolutely powerful. Make sure you text me and stuff. All right. It has been powerful. It's been a powerful day out here. What's up, Brother Charlie? It's our marshal. It's our all right, good to see you. So, look, the bottom line is we got to get involved in this process. We got to. All right, make sure y'all get some of this water. Y'all make sure y'all get some of this water. Good go. Hey, I got to call you a little bit later on.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Yes, indeed. It's a very successful rally. Good to see you.
Right time.
Yeah, good to
man, you awesome.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. Look here, man. The folks are getting involved. They're getting out. We got brothers out with the 8-0s. Good to see you, black man. We got cats out representing different factions in the overall game. Yeah.
We all in this thing together.
Exactly. It has been a powerful day. Brother A, you gave a powerful speech. Your summation, your closing remarks, brother.
Like I said, at the end of the day, man, it's all about treating one another equal. We don't hate white folks. We don't want white folks to hate us.
That's right.
Like I said up there, all cops not bad cops.
That's right.
All black cops not good cops. All white cops not bad cops. But the bottom line is we need cops.
That's right.
We need cops to maintain order. You understand? Because if we don't, the whole world's going to be burned down.
Exactly.
But we need to weed out the bad cops, and we need folks to get up off your butt, go vote.
That's right.
Vote the right people in office.
That's right.
So when the wrong people get in office because you didn't vote, you won't have to sit behind your keyboards on Facebook complaining.
Exactly.
Stop sitting behind Facebook complaining and get out here in the trenches.
That's right.
Get out here in the streets.
That's right.
Where it counts.
That's right.
Don't mean a damn thing that you typed it on your Facebook page. Let's get out here in the streets and get it going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And let them know, bro. Hey, man, you straight up from the hood.
Straight up from
and this brother here is a business owner.
Yeah.
He's out here making it happen. I've been in the game for 25 years, and he inspired me with some of his powerful posts on Facebook, and now we're working together as a grassroots coalition. So he is a great example of what needs to happen as we move forward. And the point that you made about the police, my ex is one of Shreveport's finest police, and I know based on the job that she's been doing for well over 2 decades, it's a very vital position. So I don't subscribe to the premise that there are no good officers, like you said. Not all of those who are melanated are good, and not all those who are pale skinned are bad. But we got to be able to rock and roll.
And again,
this is one
of police. Not bad police.
Exactly. Hey, look.
We know white. White is a good police.
Oh, man, this is my partner. Now look, this brother here, this is our assistant chief. And if everybody rolled like him, we wouldn't have no issues. Talk to me, Chief. What we looking at?
We all want the same thing.
Exactly.
We want a safe city for ourselves and our people. And that's at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to get to.
Yes, indeed. This brother here, solid. All right, brother. This is Brother A. White. He's our assistant chief. And Sherry, I'll hook you up with Brother White. But he's our assistant chief. And like I say, Al and I know a lot of these cats. We grew up with a lot of these cats. So all of these cats are not bad, but they got to stand up against those who are bad and now eliminate that overall process. But it requires y'all to get off your ass and get in the game. Power concedes nothing without a demand. One of the quotes that I live by every single day is attributed to Frederick Douglass, and it says, if there is no struggle, there is no progress. That's right. Those who profess to favor freedom yet deprecate agitation are men who want crops without plowing up the ground.
They want rain without thunder and lightning. They want the ocean without the awful roar of its many waters. This struggle may be a moral one, or it may be a physical one, or it may be both moral and physical, but it must be a struggle. Power concedes nothing without a demand. Never has, never will. Men may not get all they pay for in this world, but they most certainly will pay for all they get. I live by that quote every single day. So people, thank you guys for tuning in. Let's inspire you guys to get involved in the process. A revolution is coming, it's here. And like Anthony Hollis said, you ain't gonna be able to stop this. Brother Mike Williams, our former Caddo Parish Commissioner, give me your summation of today, my brother.
Well, I just know that we done seen this movement before.
Yes, sir.
And I pray that we don't just live in the moment, but we live in the movement.
Exactly.
That we'll take our voices, not only to stay here, we'll take them to City Hall, we'll take them to how we spend our money, we'll take them to our churches, we'll take them to our community, and we'll take it all the way from City Hall to the White House. So, you know, I'm cautiously optimistic. I pray that this momentum, this blaze of fire keep on burning.
Yes, sir.
You know, we have seen this movie before.
We have seen it.
Business as usual should be no longer accepted.
Yes, sir.
I feel the pulse of the people and the pain that they've been suffering for years. But until we bring about change, not only just in the people, but the policy.
Yes, sir.
We shouldn't just have riots and ritual. We should have rules and regulations.
Yes, sir.
We shouldn't just have protests, people protest, but we should have policy and the people.
Yes, sir.
From the police to the pulpit to the pew to the people to the police, we should be able to make a difference in America.
That's right. Yes, sir.
So as we leave from this place, but never from this site,
That's right.
I pray that they have traveling grace and a traveling spirit to hold on to what they just collected here.
That's right.
This is a spiritual movement. This is not just a march. This is a movement.
Exactly.
We need a national strategy.
Exactly.
Economic strategy.
Exactly.
Criminal justice strategy.
Exactly.
Social strategy. Housing strategy.
Yes, sir.
A human strategy.
Yes, sir.
Until we develop a national agenda, it's just gonna be business as usual more than something.
Ain't gonna be no more damn business as usual. We've been on the football field too long.
You've been in here long.
And if you sit idly by,
you've been here long.
Yeah.
If you sit idly by and just preach from your Facebook page,
come on.
You understand? If you're not part of the solution,
come on.
You're definitely part of the problem.
Hey, that's the last word. Al said it better. You can't say it no better than that. So look, people, get involved wherever you're at, whatever city you're in. Get involved in this process. This is the only way change is going to happen. It's the only way change is going to happen. All right? Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be updating you throughout the week. There are other demonstrations planned throughout the week here in the city of Shreveport, throughout the United States. Get involved in what is going on in your specific city, your county. We got a lot of good people who are making things happen. I'll be making a lot of calls, but myself, hold on, Al, let's do one other thing. Al is co-founder, along with me and a few other folks, of LACE, the Louisiana Advocates for Community Empowerment. We'll be launching our public, making that announcement this week. And so this is my right hand as it relates to that, and we're going to be bringing that information out as well. All right? Appreciate you, Brother A.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, y'all. So we're about to sign out, but we thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll be talking very soon. Peace.